Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
Oh yeah, it's time for Companies to Watch on Monday morning here on The Breakfast Show. And in the hot seat is none other than Dan Koh.
Good Monday morning, Emaad. Glad to see you here opposite me on a Monday morning.
Nice to see you here, sir.
Good to see you. And welcome to Companies to Watch. That's a segment where we spotlight and stock you up with ideas of companies that will call for your attention. So we're looking at market trends and risks, or maybe hidden gems and warning signs to steer clear of. So be part of the conversation as well. 88550893 and tell us whether you think it's going to be
a hot or not.
Oh, that was good. That was a good start.
That was synchronicity, divine synchronicity.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's a bit of the eye contact as well. Okay, in any case. Now, Emaad, what comes to mind when you think of some of the most powerful or valuable companies in the world?
Microsoft.
Okay.
Google.
Okay.
IBM.
Okay.
Apple.
Okay, one last one.
Meta.
Meta. Oh, good one, good one. Okay, now, the ones you've listed, returning to one of the companies that you've mentioned earlier. It is considered one of the biggest players in online advertising, search engine technology, cloud computing, and of course, quantum computing. So if you don't already know, we're turning to the most visited website in the world, Emaad. What's that?
EmaadAkhtar.com.
No, close enough, Emaad.
Google.
But before you get there, you got to get to Google.
That's right. That's right.
So now the company offers a wide range of products and services, but the one thing that everyone knows it for has to be its search engine, which handles over 70% of online search requests worldwide.
Wild.
What was the last thing that you Googled, Emaad?
Traffic updates.
Okay, something that's a bit more leisure.
Well, the Ask ST article about whether I really need that morning shower.
Okay, that's a good one to think about. Please shower, everyone. Okay, so here's why they're making headlines. And not because of showers, but because we're midway through the U.S. earnings season. And so it comes as no surprise that much of its share price movements have been largely influenced by its latest financial results. And in the span of a week, Emaad, shares of parent company Alphabet dropped more than 7% after the release of its fourth quarter results.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that comes as revenues missed and earnings exceeded the street estimates, and that became some of the reasons behind the drop in Google prices. So Alphabet's overall revenue grew by nearly 12% year over year. That compared to about 13% growth in the same quarter last year. So that's the first miss. Now, company's revenue growth as well as the growth for its search business, YouTube ads business, and the services unit were all slower compared to a year ago. Now, reported sales of $96.5 billion and earnings of $2.15 per share. All in all, still lower than consensus estimates. So all eyes were on the company's cloud business, which also failed to satisfy. Now, the cloud revenue of nearly $12 billion soared 30% year over year to generate operating income of just under $2.1 billion. How does this sound to you?
It sounds good.
It sounds good, right?
Yeah.
But analysts were looking for a top-line figure of just under $12.2 billion, Emaad.
Wow, that's about $10 billion off then.
Quite a fair bit. So the shortfall underscored the fact that Alphabet's cloud computing growth is definitely slowing, and topped that off with the company's plan to invest $75 billion in capital expenditures in 2025 as it continues to expand on its AI strategy. So that is way above the $58.84 billion that Wall Street expected. About 25% off. So with mixed results and a high capex plan, that probably explained why investors reacted the way they did. But if we look at a slightly longer time frame, the increase in Google stock over the last 4-year period has been also quite far from consistent, with the annual returns being considerably more volatile than the S&P 500. So let's not be the glum for the week, because there's something to cheer for the optimist like yourself.
Yes, let's go.
Despite the 30% growth rate from the previous quarter, technically speaking, that's actually the division's second best quarterly result in the last 10 quarters.
Yeah, that's promising.
Yeah, and Alphabet's move to ramp up its spending also seems to have come as a surprise. But it's hard to see why. It's not as though the company is not the only one that's doing this. Both Meta and Microsoft have both announced big plans to increase their AI capital expenditures significantly in the year ahead as well. So they're not the only outliers. So obviously there are plenty of opportunities ahead for Alphabet as well. We're talking about, an annual pace of more than 20% growth in the cloud computing industry through 2030, as well as, the expected global AI platform to expand at an annualized pace of 45% through 2028. That being said, I'm going to give my verdict for Google. At least for the near term, I'm going to go with a nod. What about yourself?
I think I'd agree with you. On the near term, I'd go with a nod. But, thinking about what I would do without Google
it's
the
tough,
long
right?
term,
Yeah.
I'd still give it a hot.
It's hard to think of a replacement for the search engine. Right?
I would say I spend about at least 80% of my time on the internet on Google.
You've got a curious nature. Yeah. That being said, though, as of the 10th of February, we've got different consensus ratings as well. TipRank's giving a neutral rating, while Yahoo and Barron's giving it a buy rating. So that pretty much wraps it for our analysis of today's Stock in Focus, Google. Now, Emaad, before I let you go.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, all right. Okay. What was Google's original name?
Oh my God, I know this. I know this, but it's escaping me right now. Put me out of my misery, Dan.
Okay. It was originally known as Bag Rub.
Bag rub.
Yeah,
Yes.
like back rub.
Back rub. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Like a massage back rub.
Yeah, like a massage back rub. Can you imagine? Back rub it, because we call it like Google it, right?
Right.
So back rub it. But it kind of does make sense because it helps you to relieve the itch that you've always had.
Yeah.
So apparently Google was or is a misspelling of the mathematical term Google, which is the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. So the creators chose it to reflect the huge amounts of data they were searching through.
Wow.
Yeah, now one last question. How many Google searches are made in a day?
Oh, it's got to be billions.
Give me a number.
There's 6 billion people in the world,
Yeah.
so I would say hundreds of billions.
A bit of a stretch, Emma. Not everyone is as
Okay.
curious
Yeah,
as
actually,
you.
not everyone has access to the internet. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. So 8.5 billion Google searches per day, which translates to about 99,000 searches per second.
Wow.
And that's it for Google.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.